record. Okay. Good morning again, everyone, and welcome to the Women's Coffee Club. We created this group to have a safe space for women to share and for us to support and inspire each other. So that's why we're here. And this is this morning, we're very fortunate to have Fagan, right? Your last name to help us, with the topic of money mindset. How to unblock. Many of us, some people can make money very easily, and many cannot. A lot of us here may have the same issue where we have this glass ceiling that you reach a certain amount and then you just kind of stop and you seem to have trouble attracting money. And this morning, Val will be helping us to do an NLP practice or exercise here to help us unblock this mental block about our thoughts about money. So with that, again, so happy to have all of you here. So grateful, and Val, take it from here. Thank you all.
Well, thank you so much, Rini. I'm really happy and grateful to have the floor again today and share with you what I do for myself. And I know it can help a lot of us. Today, I chose the topic of money blocks and overcoming the money blocks with this technique, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. I'm not an NLP practitioner, but something that I learned from Napoleon Hill, whether in the Law of Success or Think and Grow Rich, he said, the one who accumulate the riches being financial or by any other means as well, doesn't have to be the one who's got the knowledge. And that is the principle of mastermind. So I want to share with you one of my resources. She is actually, she was and still is probably a student of Bob Proctor way back then, Natalie Ledwell, who took off when she got this idea with Mind Movies. She surrounded herself, like, operating with the principles of prosperity, surrounded herself with the people who knew how to develop her ideas. And she created Mind Movies. Nowadays in Mind Movies, she's got tons of different programs on how to overcome the challenges, the financial challenges, but also other things in life, grief, all those challenges that life puts at us. So has anyone heard about NLP before? Just raise your hand if you did. Okay, there's a majority of us. Some are not on the video, but that's okay. So some of you haven't. So that's a good thing because your mind is wide open. Remember when you went to school from kindergarten, going to primary school and learning a new language, learning how to write, learning how to count, and putting the two together to make sentences and being able to express ourselves. I see NLP that way. It's a language. And I'm gonna swallow this language. I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna integrate it into my life, into my brain, into my heart. And it is going to change. As we know, we are what we think about, okay, most of the time. But definitely, I so believe in those ideas. I've had the manifestation in my life to some degrees of things that I want to achieve. And I see it's not the money that shows up, it's the opportunity to earn more income that shows up. Opportunity that I wasn't there before, that I didn't even think about before. But because I do certain reprogramming, things come to me saying, hey, Val, look at that. Hey, Val, look at that. The opportunities, the possibilities. That's what the mind is able to attract. It's not money is going to fall on your life. It can be you play a lottery and boom, you win, but I think that's not the major way where we can earn income or having the most result. So with no further delay, I'm going to share with you my screen, and I have a membership with Natalie Ledwell, and it is her program that it's called 5-Minute Prosperity. every morning I take 5 minutes and I listen to the little exercise that she does. And when I fell on, this is one of the bonuses that she gave us. When I fell on this one, I was like, wow, that could be a good topic to share with the Women's Coffee Club. So let me share my screen. Oh, Rini, would you mind allowing me to share my screen, please? So the video is very short. It's 5 minutes, okay? And so we'll have plenty of time after this exercise. If you have a pen and paper, I think it's wise, because you're gonna write down your limiting belief, and you're gonna write down also how you overcome this according to the NLP exercise that we're doing. But it's a process also of, while we are with Natalie, this is a process of visualization. So we're gonna close our eyes, okay? And then afterward, we can take the time to take notes and, you know, and exchange, share what you came up with, what blocks did you come up with, and things like that. Okay, thank you, Rini. I want to share my computer sound as well, so you guys can hear properly. All right. So as we saw here, what is NLP and what it can do for us? Basically, you can use this tool, this technique, if you have negative thoughts about money, if you need to help visualizing your money goals coming true without attaching the need to struggle or earn them first. Because that's why, you know, we have a goal, a financial goal. And like my mentor, Bob, says, we kill the idea without even thinking about it. It's like immediate, poof, the idea is killed. So we don't need to do that. We need to let the idea emerge, let it live in our mind, and entertain our mind with it. This is a tool that we need to help practicing gratitude for what we do have, which is essential in all aspects of life, as we know all. And we feel, when we feel resentful or helpless every time a bill arrives in the mail, almost acting negatively towards money. Recently, I've done a, I mean, not recently, for the past year, I've done a financial mastermind. It's outside NG. I met her on Facebook. And she had us the other day write a letter to money as your friend, or a long friend, or a family member, or a lover. Why not? That shows that aspect. So I can have an intimate relationship, what I would call also an intimate relationship. And not that I focus my mind on money only, not at all. But I want to make friends with money, because my fear, my resentment sometimes, that can be to a lower degree, but that puts walls and blocks from attracting the opportunity that I need to able to succeed financially, and you as well. So this is what NLP is gonna help you do. So with no further delay, let's listen to Natalie, and then we'll share other things already.
Welcome to the Neuro-Linguistic Programming Technique for a Stronger Money Mindset. Now, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, or NLP for short, is an approach to personal growth that involves communicating with your subconscious mind and commanding it to create any desired outcome in your life. Now, this is achieved through a set of tools, techniques, and suggestions that speak to your mind in its own language. Now, in this video, we're going to learn a simple NLP technique for when you find yourself struggling with your money mindset, like when you catch yourself believing that money is really hard to come by, or that more money equals more problems, or when you feel that you're undeserving of a financial opportunity that has come your way. So first, I'd like you to get comfortable, close your eyes, take a nice deep cleansing breath, breathing in and breathing out. Now, in your mind's eye, visualize a plot of grass in front of you. Now, the grass is green and it's healthy, but nothing is growing there yet. then I want you to think about the financially disempowering beliefs that you're holding on to. So beliefs like money brings problems, rich people are dishonest, money is not easy to come by, you have to sacrifice something in order to make money, or people will reject me if I make more money. Once you have those thoughts, I want you to visualize that each of these beliefs or these thoughts is represented by a wild snaking weed that grows out of your patch of grass, turning your patch brown and unfertile. Now we're going to try and remove these weeds. So remove these weeds with your hands one by one. And as you do this, you realize that you're unable to pull the weeds. They're too strong. The only way to remove these weeds is by thinking about these statements or these thoughts in past tense, as if they are only thoughts from the past, making these beliefs an event that has come and gone. So you could be thinking things like, I used to believe that money caused problems. I'm so happy that I realized that rich people are great people. In the past, money used to be difficult to make. I used to think you had to work so hard for money. And I'm so happy to know that people won't reject me just because I have wealth. Now, as you're doing this, take note of how easy it is now to pull those weeds. And once those weeds are pulled out of the ground, what comes up in its place are beautiful flowers, your favorite flowers, are rising up in the place of each weed that you pull out. And so the more weeds you pull out, the more vibrant, beautiful, and colorful your patch of grass becomes. Now remember that this patch of grass represents your relationship with money and your quality of life. If your beliefs about money are disempowering, then you'll end up with a dull, unfertile patch of grass that can't sustain life. But when you think about those financial beliefs in past tense, it's as if those beliefs are behind you and no longer influencing your financial success. Your patch of grass becomes more healthy, mirroring your life flourishing, as well as you beginning to elevate your money mindset. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, so it's time to come back to the room. So take a nice deep breath in and breathing out. Say it one more time, breathing in and breathing out, and really marinating in this empowering feeling that your mindset is now set to create prosperity and wealth in your life. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. So how do you feel? Now remember, you can use this technique anytime that you notice a disempowering thought about money pop into your head. Just reframe it and put it in past tense as if it's already over, and focus on things that create wealth for you. So enjoy, and bye for now.
Okay. How did you guys like that? Yes, good. Yeah, anybody can take the floor, talk. What did you?
That was awesome.
Go ahead, Omeka. What did you get about it? What really struck you?
There were other things going on in the room, but I saw the visualization and I've experienced it. And yeah, it was, I really felt it, and I experienced it. Let's just put it that way. And I'm definitely going to use that like all the time now. Thank you.
Did you guys feel like Natalie was guiding us to, when you pull the weed, once it was like, oh yeah, I can pull all that weed. Oh, I want my garden, my grass, to be green, and those flowers coming up. That was a very powerful visualization. And when the visualization also become an active movement, like we're doing something, I think it adds to the potential of the creation, seeing it moving into form. Like I'm utilizing Carnegie's language and terminology. The idea of moving to form, the idea take possessions of you, and you become the vehicle to this idea to flourish and manifest and move into form. Because when we have an idea in our mind, whether it is a positive or a negative, it works both ways. So if we believe that, for me, for example, I used to believe that if I earn a lot of money, I'm going to lose it, or it's going to be stolen from me. And those beliefs were so ingrained that both of these things happened to me several times. But I never became conscious about it. And finally doing all those, money mindset reprogramming, I'm like, oh my God, how long have I been living with those unconscious beliefs? And so nowadays I want to take, take the helm, and being at the helm to be able to control my thoughts, to catch them when I get them, and have a tool to be able to overcome the challenge and put me back on track. Now I see some hands up. So I don't know who was first, Binta or Suzanne, but Suzanne, you want to go?
Yeah, Suzanne
Sure.
first.
Okay, so there's another one in my life that's occurring, and I'm fully aware of it, and so I'm making moves to move away from the control feeling. But in my family lately, in the last year, money buys control. Money allows someone, when someone gives you money, it means they have the right to control you. So I'm moving away from that. This is something that my mother and my brother strongly believe in, that because we give you money, money equals love. And it's not. Money equals words. If you use your empowering words on me so I can go out and feel strong, I don't need your money. But it's manipulation. I know it's something I'm working through, moving away from this kind of narcissistic control of money and manipulation. So, but that's the big one that's in my life right now, is because I give you money, I can control your life. No.
Okay, as I hear you, because I give you money, I can control you. Now, immediately right now, according to what you've learned with Natalie, what would be the affirmation? What would be the reprogramming, the neuro-linguistic reprogramming that you're going to tell yourself every time they're going to continue what they're doing? You cannot prevent them for doing what they want to do, but it's how you respond to it, how your mind responds to it. Okay, so what would you do? What would come up to your mind?
I am strong and capable of making my own money and my own decisions.
Okay, now I want to do it the way the NLP exercise did. Instead of jumping into the polar opposite of the affirmation, I want you to go and say in the past, or I used to. Okay, yeah. So go ahead.
In the past, I used to be controlled by money. And now I am able to make money on my own freely and independently.
Right. Do you see the weight of the word that says in the past, I used to be? It's like, it's not me anymore. It's in the past. That's right. The neuro-linguistic reprogramming. Perfect.
That's
thank you, Suzanne.
Powerful.
Binta.
Yes, hello. Yes, the exercise was very, very eye-opening. Even though I've been learning about changing my mindset about money since I've met you, Valerie. But I have come a long way because I come from a culture that used to think that money is evil. Money is evil. Everywhere you go, money is evil. So I carried that with me up until I would say 2016 or 17, as I started to journey. I used to think that money is evil, that people who have money don't have peace, and that people look at you and think you are greedy or anything, something like that. but not anymore, because I know that money is a servant. Money allows me to do good in the world. As I'm following Bob Proctor, he says to always say to yourself, I am prosperous, I am wealthy, money is good, I love people. I love people and I use money. Money is a servant. I am the master. Money is a servant. So I say those things, those words to myself, because I am creating. I want to create my own. That's why I'm creating my own company, so that I can make my own money. I can earn my own money in an honest way and serve people in a positive way. He says, as long as you want to make sure that you serve people well. You don't wanna like do any dishonesty with your transactions. Always make sure that you serve people where you do not want to hurt anybody. And that is what I want to do in the world. I want to use my wealth to do good in the world, to help my community back home in Africa and contribute in so many ways. So up until now, I used to say that money is evil, but now money is good. Money is good. I use money to help people in the world, to support people in the world. So that's my affirmation. I say it in a different way, but anyway.
So how would you say also, and because I want to use this exercise to start feeling I used to in the past and now. So what would be your little affirmation of the day today?
I used to think that money is evil, but now I know that money is good. Money is good. I am the master, and money is a servant. That's how I say it.
Good. Any hands up? Yes. Gisela, correct?
Yes, just Giselle.
Giselle, okay.
Hello, everyone. Rini, it's such a pleasure being here at you today. Thank you so much, Binta. So nice to see you. Yanni, are you here too? So great. And thank you, Val, for this possibility. It's a pleasure to take part in it. So I want to share in my visualization. I saw my weeds gone out immediately. So this, I see it as a good sign. Okay, my sentence. In the past, I used to think there is only a small amount of money for me. And now I ask for more. Yeah.
And I get more.
And I get more.
Very good. Yes. Always asking. If we don't ask, we won't receive. And those affirmations are our asking, because I was reading yesterday, I read that passage every day also. It's called The Spirit of Opulence by Thomas Troward. I know that Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher used to spend a lot of time just reading among each other, doing this back and forth reading that Bob recommends. And the spirit of opulence it's not a danger. The danger, like Thomas Troward said, reside in the fact of when we compress our mind, when we say we're not able to do that. Because we're able to do anything. Like we know in the world, everything that has been created comes from the mind of man. A need was created to make life easier. That's what technology, nowadays Zoom is a common item. Who doesn't know how to Zoom? But we had to have the pandemic to make us more aware, like, whoa, there's another way to connect as well. And it's not as warm, it's not as, the physical aspect of being physically in presence of people, but it's still the same. We are in this universal room together. Our energy is focused on here in the group, and that's energy, and that's fantastic to me. Great. Silky, you have your hands up again. You're muted, babe.
Yeah, one thing that came through really strongly was I come from a family background where I grew up being taught that you have to work really, really hard for your money, that you have to earn every penny with the sweat of your brows, and that if money comes easy to you, it is dishonest, you've embezzled somebody, and that it is absolutely not on to charge people for your services and to charge a lot of money for it, because that way you are embezzling people and taking advantage of others. So that's a really strong belief that runs throughout my entire family and circle of friends. So I've had to work really, really hard when starting my business to try to get over that. So my sentence today, my affirmation is, I used to think that it is really that I have to work really hard to earn money, and that I am dishonest and embezzling people if I charge for my services. But now I know that that's not the case. I'm entitled to charge for my services because my time is worth it.
Mm-hmm. And it helps people value. You know, there's a value into it, you know, this exchange that happens, your work, again, giving your work to someone is you're going to leave that person with an impression of increase, because they're going to be better, feel better, operate better in the world through your work, through your help to them. So money is the tool that we have to exchange between us. Trade is still here, of course, but in this world Zoom, how can we trade? I used to trade massage, you know, and that's why, because before I used to be in an office, and then I got married to a massage therapist, and the amount of trade that he was doing, I was like, man, this is fun. And so I became a massage therapist, and I had a blast for 20 years, you know, a blast. And but, you know, things change. So here I am, you know, reprogramming my mind with other things. And I've actually took a leap of faith again, and I'm investing in myself on learning how to trade the market, because my mind is not wrapped around this. And I need a severe structure. I would say, you know, people who tell me you must be here. And because I've invested the money, I'm like, okay, if it's not sometimes expensive enough, I'm going to invest the money. And then I'm like, it's just $100. If I miss it, no big deal. It's not going to make me poor at the end of the month. So I decided to invest more than that. And now I'm like, Val, you cannot waste this money away. This money was given to you so you can, you know, learn learn a new skill, a new trade, and prosper in life, you know. So I used to believe that money was difficult to earn, hard to earn. If I earn it, I'm gonna lose it, and it's gonna be stolen away from me. That's in the past. Now my money is secure, and I prosper freely, abundantly, and same thing, that affirmation that I like. I love people, and I use money. Good. Kim, I see your hands up.
There we go. Thank you, Val, for this wisdom. Really, really good. You know, for me, it's very interesting. In the visualization, I felt the weeds when I was pulling them being stubborn. Does that make sense? Like they wanted to bounce, like they did not want to let go. Yes, exactly. And I thought, you know, that has been a story that's held on to me for a very long time. And I think that's what keeps me at the place I'm at. So I will move forward, and I'll have to tell you, I don't believe that money's evil. I think that money does good. It's a great tool. That it's like there's that part of me that I really don't know what keeps me playing small, other than, and this is part of my coaching practice. So I could teach others But does that make sense? It's like the lady, the hairdresser that always has her hair in a big mess, but she teaches greatly the others, right? And so I'm like, what the heck, man? It drives me nuts because I feel like that is like, that leading edge, like I'm right there, but there's just that something, and it drives me nuts. And I find myself moving forward, and then I stall. Then I move forward, then I stall. You know what I think it is that I think that my holding pattern is that I do not receive or allow myself to receive the possibilities of it. Does that make sense? I mean, my business coach, I mean, I go over things, we go over things, and I'll be good. And then all of a sudden I stall. It's like that paradigm, right? And I hit that wall and I hit that wall. And so as we were all talking, I'm thinking, geez, it's not control. I don't think that I'm going to lose it. Maybe there's a fear that what I will become, but I have never detailed that. The only thing I can think of is that the allowing and receiving of having more money scares me, maybe. I don't know.
So what would it be in this NLP exercise that we did together?
Yeah, I would say I used to think that money held me back from being all that I could be. But now I am grateful and thankful that I am allowing all possibility to open the doors of financial success every day, right? Okay. So
that is good.
Yeah.
You feel the energy, how the sun goes down, down, down. You're like, oh, and then up.
I think the thing with that is just totally being consistent. I mean, as I'm speaking that, I just hear that come to mind. That's probably that stall pattern, is that I have not got to the leading edge. I have not powered through the paradigm because I allow myself to go back into it rather than just say no, because I can tell anybody else that. No, that is not a truth. That is a lie. Let go of that, right? But then for me, it's like, speak your own truth, girl. So anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. It was a great reminder to kick myself in the butt. But I think to allow and receive, I think as women too, we are so busy giving all the time that we don't allow ourselves to receive. I think that really is a plug in, what I hear so often, especially with women. I think men are more distinguished as far as they're going to take care of something, they're going to do it. I know with my husband, he's just like, I'm going to do this. He does it. He excels and he keeps moving. I'm like, damn it. What the heck? So anyway, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Amy, I see your hands up.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to finally be back here again. I started a job per diem, so I'm not always available at this time. So I'm so happy I was able to make it today. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Val, for this amazing topic. I definitely really needed this because I've been trying to identify my own money limiting beliefs. And I think one of the biggest ones for myself as a woman and how I was raised and how the dynamic was between my mom and dad, it was almost like I wasn't even allowed to control my own money, or, it's just kind of like, that's not for you, So I've really been trying to uncover that and say, what is this block, So that was amazing, this exercise. Thank you so much. And I just wanted to say was it Kim that was just talking? So I don't want to get too much into it, but that's what she was saying about with her husband getting stuff done. A lot of that comes down to like, the male and female, masculine and feminine energy. So for us as women, that's kind of not really like a natural thing for us to be like, oh, get this done. So don't be too hard on yourself for that. But we all do have, the masculine and feminine energies within us. But of course, as females, we lean more towards the feminine. So I just wanted to throw that in there too. But thank you so much for this. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, Amy. Thank you so much too.
You know what I was going to say to Amy real quick, that so we just did a training on the masculine and the feminine, and we use the masculine, I think, in the wrong way. Women do. We use that to hold up walls, right? To be strong, to be tough, right? And so I think we get out of balance with that. So that is so true. As you were saying that, I'm like, that is so true. We use it in the wrong direction. Like men use the masculinity to take care of things, and we use it, I think, to guard ourselves. And then when we are out of balance with that, then I think that's when, those imbalances come into place in our lives that sometimes we don't quite understand or we get off track with. So thank you, Amy. That's a great evaluation.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that.
Good. Rini, I see your hands up.
Yes, thank you again, Val, and all of you for your great shares. I think that for as women, we have the sense of undeserving, or we're not good enough. I was IT director for many years at San Diego State University, and I see that women, the salaries are less, and this equality, there's no equality, that women are less. And not only that, women seems to be accepting it. And it's almost like that's your place, that is where you belong. That is the salary you're supposed to get. And it's not true. It's like we're coaches here, and we're doing our own businesses, but yet I think it was Giselle who says that, or I can't remember, or maybe Silky, about that you can't charge your clients because you feel like you're taking advantage, or you're not worth that much, or you feel like you need to help people. Women, we give and give, we care for people. That is kind of our nature. So it's like when you're providing service, you feel like that's your duty to provide that service. And why do you need to charge? You feel kind of funny about charging. There's this sense of I think it's that feeling of undeserving or being less than. Men could just do this and be okay with it, and women somehow, I think that's part of our nature to feel that way. And another thing that I have to block is, like, when I make more money, then I have to pay more taxes. Isn't that true though? Did you do your taxes, and then, oh no, now I have to pay taxes. Why should I work so hard? Because I have to pay taxes. But the truth is, with this money now, you can help other people. You could do more. You could give. You could do whatever with it, whether it's for family or for yourself. I think the sense of undeserving is huge for women, just from our background, our culture, how we're raised, and it's just our nature. And I think that's that is kind of one of the block for women. But just want to share that. But I just love it, because all of you, we all have our own block individually, different thing, but it's really, at the end of it, it's kind of the same thing. We have this glass ceiling that we just need to break that. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you so much, Rini, for adding. And as a mastermind facilitator, I want to apologize every time somebody finish talking and I forget to say thank you for your share. So I really want to appreciate your participation. I really do appreciate your participation in making this mastermind as live as possible. You guys are champs. Binta, you want to get on the floor again?
Yes, I wanted to say something about that the part where you're so afraid to like charge for your service, to really know that you deserve to like to tell people how much your products are worth, or whatever your service are, because that's what I'm struggling with right now. I created my own company and I'm making my own products. But what is really so funny has been the past 2 weeks with others. It's a challenge for me to really charge. Like, I feel guilty for charging what my products are worth. And my husband, like you said, like Kim was talking about, my husband was like, no, this is what you need to do. Otherwise, you're not going to make anything. Your products are worth it. And people are telling me, don't sell yourself short. But inside, I feel so guilty. And I've been like creating these products for a few years now, and I've been just giving them away as gifts just to let people experience them. Now I am putting them out into the world, but I'm so like afraid to charge. Why am I so afraid to charge? Because I feel like people are going to judge me for why is she selling her stuff so high. But I know what they're worth. You know, so that is what I want to say. That is why I'm struggling. I'm struggling right now. Even like we're not even done. You know, everything is ready, but the charging, like the prices, is where I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say, because I'm struggling with that part. I feel like people are going to judge me for why does she think she has to charge this much? So what should I do?
Well, we got a few hands up here. Maybe Kim first. Go ahead.
Binta, you know what? I get that, because I've had those issues in the past too. I'm always like, my coach is like, yeah, but the thing is that the people that are going to be your niche in your business are going to see the worth behind that. So it doesn't really, actually, the more that you charge, the higher end clients that you'll receive, and they're going to appreciate the product line that you have. So you have to understand that that's that mindset of lack or fear, right? My husband's the same way. I can give you an example. Back in March, I was asked to do a workshop for a mental health and wellness clinic that's very popular in our area. And, you know, and they asked me, it was only, you know, an hour and a half. And my husband goes, you know what, charge him $300. And I go, 300? That's the first time that right? That was the first thing I said. 300, it's the first time they asked me to come. They know nothing about me. So I want to edge into my relationship with them. He goes, okay, well, he goes, you can decide, but he goes, but $300, otherwise they're always going to think that you're worth the amount that you give them. And I thought, ooh, that's powerful. Like, you know, like he has a rate in what he does, and he's very good. He goes, Kim, you have years, you have decades of experience in health. He goes, what are you doing? He goes, you don't ever undersell yourself, right? Think about that for a minute. So I don't know if that helps you, but that was coming from my husband that I used to think didn't support me in my business. And he's edging me on, going, don't undersell yourself, or they will always believe that that's your worth.
Well, thank you so much.
So when you allow other people to undersell you, so your husband's right. Start out with what you believe your worth is, right?
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
We do have, thank you so much, Kim, for this help. Omeka, you had your hands up, and then we'll get to Silky.
Yeah, we were having this conversation the other day, Binta. Yeah, I feel you as well. I've been making my own jewelry for 44 years. And I've always been kind of giving it away, as people say. It's like, okay. And people are happy to take the lower price. And I've been around people that, you know, like a 8 ounce or 16 ounce shea butter is $30 or $25, you know. It's no problem. You got to pay for the scent, you got to pay for the jar, you got to pay for your time, you got to pay for the heat to melt it. You got, you know. So yeah, since you know how much, we usually know how much it costs, and if we don't, it's time to break it down. It's like, okay, I bought all this, and I was able to make 300 bracelets, and it's okay to receive more. I have bracelets that I was selling for $3. They're now $5. The ones that were $4 are now like $10, you know, so someone else is selling it for me. So once you put the price on the website, that's it. You only got to make a decision one time. So that probably will help. Let it go and then do your yoga and meditation and to receive. Yeah. So that people will see it. I'm talking to myself as well. I always, whatever I say, I'm talking to myself. And yeah, things that I was selling for $5 are now 10 and 12. And that twice as much money is a beautiful thing. Because you have to do less, you know, we think we have to make all of these things or put out all this energy to receive more, and not necessarily. We think we have to go and put ads everywhere, not necessarily. Word of mouth is, I mean, there's things that happen on a global scale right now. So this is the time. It's like a perfect time to do your business, do yourself, put your story. So everything that you hear and everything that I hear, put out your story, make your 3-minute spiel from New York. Have your 1-sentence description of yourself or 2 sentences, and then just act like you're liking somebody else's stuff and you're just so excited and you're promoting, like we promote each other sometimes more than we promote ourselves. So it's like my stuff is wrong, you know, whatever. Act like you're doing a commercial that you paid $1 million for. They pay $1 million for the TV commercials, you know. So as I said, I'm talking to myself. So yes, you're worth it. Go ahead, do it. Put the price there, let it go, and receive. You know, as everybody says, I'm relating to what everybody says. So yes, it's my time. I wrote descriptions of myself. It's like, I don't believe it. Even though I wrote it, I'm like, you wrote that 2 years ago, but you're not sharing it with nobody. So I'm like, read it every day. Write out who you are and what you deserve and read it every day. Oh my God.
Thank you so much, Omeka.
I used to think that you had to work really hard for money, but now I know that money comes to me easily and effortlessly from all different directions. And I'm so happy and grateful that $50,000 and more is mine every month through my creativity. I have the power to manifest what I desire, and I desire more and more and more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. And I just want to add to that. To let everybody know that Omeka's work is so amazing. She's been sending me what she does, and I've already ordered from her. She's a fantastic bead maker. She has so many bracelets and stones, and she's so great at what she does. That's why I was encouraging her to also like just keep sharing, start sharing. She said, yeah, this is the time to do it. So we've been encouraging each other. So thank you so much for encouraging me. I appreciate your words. Thank you.
Wonderful, you all. That's wonderful conversation. I can still see a hands up. Silky, please.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Binta, from my own experience of how I managed to overcome this limiting belief of not being able to charge my worth. When I first went online about 2 years ago, I started off with some very simple things like giving Reiki treatments on Zoom. And I used to break out in cold sweats and started literally shaking when people were asking me how much. And I said, well, £15, which is about $20. And, you know, at that point, there were actually people getting abusive with me for charging like that and telling me that things like Reiki are an act of love and shouldn't be charged for. And I had all sorts of objections. And then I started working with a business coach who took me through all the process of blasting through all these money blocks and limiting beliefs. And as I was working through it all, I realized that when I was charging this minimal price, I wasn't actually attracting my ideal client. All I was attracting was abusive people, tire kickers, time wasters, and those out bargain hunting on the internet. So I then experienced, as I slowly started raising my prices month after month, a little bit higher, people were starting to come into my life who actually appreciated the services I was giving them. And so this journey just continued until one day I realized that if I don't actually charge my true worth, then people are never going to be actually appreciating me for the work I do. And now that I'm actually charging full prices like you should, I am starting to work with wonderful people, people who are actually happy to work with me. There is no more of this negative talk and no more abuse. So it really has been a wonderful positive effect, actually raising the prices. And that was so counterintuitive in the beginning that I couldn't ever see why raising your prices would actually be a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Very, very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your words, Suki. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I want to say that since we are 4 minutes before the hour and I will have to stop at 10 sharp, I want to say, even for Binta or for all of us, I remember this woman who owns the Unstoppable Foundation with Bob. I'm not a member of the Unstoppable Foundation. I have some other things that I want to put my money on, maybe what Binta has in mind, but when you feel unworthy of the money or the rising of price that you're asking for your product or services, it's because we feel like, no, I don't deserve it, or I'm too greedy, or all that kind of stuff. There's something bigger than you, Binta. There is something bigger than you, Silky, than any of us, actually. And what's bigger is what is your goal? Why are you doing all this? Binta wants to bring water to Africa. Do you think it's by not charging for your product that you're gonna help your people in Africa? No, it isn't. You need money. So every time you're gonna have this thought, I would say that, oh, how am I gonna charge money? Think about your ultimate goal. That's your pain. Do something bigger than your pain. That's what Cynthia, her name is, reminds me of. Think about your pain. Your pain is for the people in Africa who don't have water. Then that's what should drive you to make your business the way it should be in the US and globally, because with a website, you can sell anywhere. Amazon ship everywhere. Our dear common friend, Binta Karima, is putting all her skincare on Amazon now. You see, it is possible. We're all possible. And so let's don't forget the bigger vision, Same in my past life, I'm just watching the time here. In my past life, I think, because one day I did some past life regression with a client of mine who said, do you want me to tell you a few things about what I feel about what I see, And I'm like, sure. And she told me that I was a person who had so much money that I didn't even know how much I had. That is how crazy it was. But not only I didn't know how much I had, I didn't even share it with anyone. I kept it all for myself, not doing anything about it because I had everything I need. So that puts me in the context, I want to share. In this past life, I want to have this abundance of money that I used to have, and it's coming one way or another. And I have a big plan. I have big plans. God knows my big plans. I want to get the homeless off the street in New Orleans. I want to help women to have affordable housing. And I want to help with natural medicine. I'm not the one who comes with the ideas, not that I'm not that smart, but, I am who I am and I'm happy with who I am. But I'm surrounding myself with people who have ideas that I value very, very, very much. And I want to help those people with my money. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's amazing. I know you have to leave, Val, but so grateful for you. This is such a great topic. You guys, this forum is for you. This is for you. So if any of you wants to do a mastermind, I think we've been kind of taking turn. I know Giselle, you're new, and Silky. Let me know, let me know if you want to host one of these. Basically, we're just there sharing our story, sharing our experiences, and help the women and inspire each other here. So we're here basically to help you move forward with whatever it is you want to do. With that, Val, I know you need to go. So thank you again, Val, and all of you for your great shares and for being here. See you next week.
Love
Okay.
you,
Wonderful,
Val.
y'all. Have a
Thank
great
you.
rest of your day.
Bye,
Thank you.
Kim.
Bye-bye.
Have a great
Bye.
day,
Thank you,
everyone. Thank you
everybody.
so much. You guys
Bye,
are
y'all.
Thank you.
awesome.
Take care.
Have a
Bye.
wonderful
We were
day.
here.
Yes.
Oh,